Welcome back to Studio Chatter. The summer harvest is in and it's time to preserve that bounty. Let's welcome Kim Olsen to the table.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. I am too.
So Kim and I go back to what, 05, 06?
How did you
Yes.
meet? No, 5 or 6.
She felt so inspired to call me to be her friend.
Yeah, that was what it was. That's exactly the way I remember.
Wow, okay.
Getting
And
to
from
know
there,
her.
it's history.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, it's so fun to catch up.
Yes.
And then you've worked together at Fiesta Days and stuff too,
Yeah.
right?
We did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was actually on the committee before I was on council.
Really?
1 year.
Yeah.
And then 2 years
we-
with you.
Together. So
Yes.
it's fun. So,
Yes.
but one thing I loved about Kim was the relationship she has to this day with her mom and canning. We would listen to her and the stories for like a full, is it 2 weeks?
No, it's just one.
Oh, I was going
1
to say
week
a
of
month.
canning?
Yes.
But
Do you just stay at each other's homes
I know.
and just like,
My mom lives in Wyoming, so
Okay.
she comes down every year for a week, and my dad often comes with her, and we can. So I know a lot of people can in bits as their garden produces, but that's not the way we do it.
Okay.
So I just go buy
gobs of
boxes of tomatoes and peaches and pears and maybe that's all.
And today is peach day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
then-
you just do that all day
And we
long.
do it. Yes.
Does anyone else come or is it just you and your mama?
It's just me and my mom. Now, occasionally my sister lives in Salt Lake. She will come down to visit and
Your
swipe
daughters?
a couple of bottles of whatever it is we're doing. And my daughters will come occasionally for a day or two and help peel peaches, help
And then
chop
they want
onions.
some, don't they?
Of course they want some.
Well, it's kind of
It's kind of a
it's
lost
kind of
art.
a lost art, yes.
is,
You know, unfortunately, and I was just recalling when we were kind of sitting here getting ready and gathering our thoughts. It takes me back to my grandmother's kitchen, where they used to can, and I just remember all of those cans and the pressure having to be just right and making sure everything's sealed. And there's such an art to the actual canning also, but then when it was over with, they stored everything in a cellar.
Yes.
So all during the fall and the winter, I'd be sent to the cellar.
And then you
Yes.
might
Had a
cobwebs.
little
Yes, and
that would
it
go
was
under.
kind of freaky. I'm like, I don't want to go to the cellar, but it was to go to the cellar to get all of this good stuff. And it was
Exactly.
those shelves just lined with these beautiful peaches and the tomatoes. And how many variations of tomatoes do you make?
We make tomato juice.
Okay.
We make salsa.
Yes.
And we make whole tomatoes.
Yeah,
just
like the
canned them.
stewed tomatoes-ish.
Yes.
Oh, that was
Before
my
I had
favorite.
done spaghetti sauce, but we haven't done that for a while. So primarily those three with tomatoes.
You have to cook in order to
Okay.
can.
Oh, I would add.
I'd have a goodie. I'd be like, wait, now we gotta cook some
Guys,
more.
we have peaches for dinner.
This would be good.
Well,
and the
surely,
salsa.
I mean,
And the
yeah,
corn.
I mean, surely, I mean, you're an expert, so surely people must call on you from maybe, I don't know, what, the 4-H extension office, or do you ever get those calls like,
No.
that you don't? You're gonna get them now.
What are you talking about?
And you got a call from Utah Valley Magazine 5, 6, 7
I
years ago.
did.
We featured you there.
I did.
Like, you know your stuff. And she's an incredible cook. She has one lucky family.
Wow.
Yeah, she
Thank
does
you.
everything.
Send my people over. Okay, so your mother taught you this.
Yes.
Yes?
I grew up doing it. I would come home from school. We had an apple tree, so I always did applesauce. In Wyoming, we did not have access to the fruits that we have here. So we did not do a lot of peaches and pears. We did do tomatoes because my great-grandma had a huge garden. So I would often come home from school and my grandma and my great-grandma would be in the kitchen with my mom canning. And then in 1993, my youngest sister graduated from high school, so my mom started coming and went to BYU. So I lived here, my mom started to come down. So we've been doing it together with the exception of maybe 2 years for 26 years.
What a neat tradition.
Oh, it's our almost our favorite week of the year.
I bet.
And it's so much work and we're so exhausted.
Oh, absolutely.
when,
But Kim,
when
I
each
think
day
that's
is
why it's your
done.
favorite.
Oh,
Because it is so
absolutely.
much work. I think a lot of times now we think, I don't want to do it. It's so much work. But that's where the joy is.
It is.
Is in the work.
Well, no. The joy is in sitting here with my mom. I mean, let's
It
be
is.
real.
Those
It is.
moments you can't
It
get.
is.
Yep.
We talk. My dad jokes. I do not know how you guys can think of things to talk about all day.
Oh, geez.
But we do.
Women never
Right.
shut up.
So that's it. And then of course the end result. It's super fulfilling to look
Right.
at it and see it and then be able to eat it.
And hear the cans pop.
Oh, I love
pop,
that.
Pop, pop. It is kind of like
Yes, it is.
My mom has health problems, but way back, she always taught us to. We did peaches, and I just remember scalding my little hand on peeling that off.
'Cause they're so hot.
And then we did corn and shaved it off, and
Yes.
then we would actually bag it. Do you do any of like the bagging and that kind of stuff, or is it just bottled?
It's mostly bottled.
And do you do corn at all, or
No.
not? Okay.
freezer jam.
Freezer jam, I do.
Okay.
In fact, this year I made a new one that I've never made. I planted last year from my mom a transplant of her rhubarb plant. So do I.
My aunt had rhubarb. I love that.
So do I. So I made a raspberry rhubarb jam this year for the first time. That's
And?
what's up there.
Oh, delicious.
Oh, yum.
It
Is
is.
this what we got?
Yes.
Oh, she's so dear. She brought us all just a special gift from her heart.
man.
I can't wait to
I'm
taste
sharing
that.
it.
What is this?
That's grape juice.
Oh.
Okay. Explain
So
the
how do you
process
do
of
that?
this.
Okay, that one's done with the
Do you
steamer.
let it ferment?
Oh, I'm not going to share all my secrets. 1981. No, that's done with the steam canner. So it's a big pan with it. You put water in the bottom. You put the grapes in. There's a sieved kind of basket in there with a lid, and then you just turn it on low. Bring it to a boil, turn it on low, and leave it for 3 or 4 hours. And the steam just causes all the juice to come down into a separate pan, and then that pan has
Spigot?
a spigot.
Yes,
Yes,
I've
with,
seen
with
this.
a
Okay,
rubber
I've done
tube,
this.
and then you hold the jar with clamps, and this boiling juice pours into it, and it just smells delicious. So we do apple juice and grape juice.
my
I have
God.
plum juice at home.
Have you ever bottled meat? I've heard of people
My
doing that.
mom has.
Has she?
I haven't.
Okay.
No.
I know.
Okay. Now you raised 4 kids, and now it's
Yes.
your husband and you. Have
Yes.
you had to like decrease the number of things you make?
No, I
or
have to
you-
increase it.
Because now
Now that is coming. That's exactly what I was going to ask, because
Yes.
the culture, it was always, the bottling and the canning for your family and for food storage
Yeah.
and all those things. So I was going to ask the same thing. If your rotation is, or that you have maybe grown children,
Yes.
that come
That come
rob
home and
everything.
raid.
Yes.
In fact, I have
would too.
kids that live in Las Vegas, and whenever we go to stay down there, she'll say, "The cost of a room will be."
Yes. Oh,
Exactly.
Heck yes. Yeah. I can
that's
only
Well,
imagine.
it is such a
Lucky
labor of love,
kids.
but I know when I do it with my mom and my sisters, it's like that end product and we lay it all out, and how fulfilling that is.
Yes.
And you did it
So
together and chatted, but I know when we go to pick it out, it means so much. We're like, okay, I have 5. What did you have? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes.
I don't know. It's
Do you
just
have
fun.
a favorite thing to can? If you only could do one thing this year, what would it be?
Oh no. No.
She couldn't do it.
No.
Okay, I have-
Because it's whatever I open at the time. Oh, I love peaches because I opened those tonight. Or, ooh, this juice is so good. So it's whatever I'm opening at the moment. That's my favorite.
Okay.
I don't think I could limit. I could probably not can salsa because I make fresh.
Oh.
And so I could
okay.
do that. I know.
Wow.
I can also eat paste.
okay.
I cannot eat
Yeah.
purchased applesauce or peaches. I could probably eat purchased grape juice. But those others,
There's nothing better than a can of or a bottle of peaches in the dead middle of winter,
exactly.
or the
nothing.
raspberries that you just can't get your hands
Yes.
on at
It's
any
so
other
true.
at any
Yes.
other time of year. So that's just
Kim.
awesome.
That's
You're
one thing
amazing.
I'm always going to remember about you is your week of canning. So what I need to remember is the week you do it to come visit you.
Oh, yes,
You
we
do.
Is that the first week of September?
It
Second?
usually is. This
Okay,
year,
that's what I-
it starts on the 9th. Should I plan a visit?
When
Yes.
September 9th.
If you want to come on Salsa Day, that requires a lot of chopping. We could really use the
Okay,
help.
I'll be there. Just kidding. I
I
think I'm
never
out of
report
town.
back to us.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, she is. Maybe I could stop by.
You could speak. Do you know how to use a knife?
Yes, I do.
Bring your own, right?
Thanks,
Oh, thanks so
You're
much.
so welcome. Thank you.
There's more studio chatter coming up.